Stop breathing through your mouth. So breathing through your mouth isn't going to kill you. It's going to allow you to get enough oxygen to survive, but just surviving is different from being healthy. So compensation is different from really celebrating in vibrant health. So the difference between the mouth and nose, there are numerous differences, but the main ones are the nose is the filter. This is our first line of defense for the body. The nose also heats up air, it pressurizes it, it moistens it, and it conditions it so that by the time that air gets to our lungs, we can extract about 20% more oxygen breathing through our nose than we can equivalent breaths through the mouth. If you think that's not going to make a difference throughout the day, throughout your life, you're crazy. When you start looking at so many chronic ailments, from asthma to allergies to even anxiety, and how they are directly tied to the way in which you breathe, and oftentimes they are tied to how we tend to overbreathe, you start to understand that having that extra pressure and resistance in your breath is so essential to calming your body down, filtering that air, and allowing yourself to work at peak efficiency. And when we walk through the day, just for one, we're not filtering that air, but we're also taking in way too much air, which stresses the body out. So a lot of you breathing through your mouth right now may be thinking, this guy is crazy. What is crazy is to look at 5,400 other mammals on the planet right now and look at how they're breathing. Dogs breathe through their mouths and they're thermoregulating to offload heat, but no other animal is an obligate mouth breather for a reason. It is terrible for our health. It affects how your face will look. It makes you more susceptible to periodontal disease. It creates hyperventilation. It can stress you out. I can give you a whole laundry list of problems associated with it. The science is very clear. Don't breathe through your mouth. So if you were to take an x-ray of your head, you would notice something at the front of your face. These structures take up the equivalent space of a billiard ball. If you could just imagine putting a billiard ball in the middle of your head. Those structures aren't there randomly. When we breathe air through our nose, we're forcing this air through a gauntlet of different passageways where that air is purified, where that air is heated and pressurized. Sea animals that live in shells use their shells to keep out invaders, to keep themselves safe. We use our noses to do the exact same thing. So how we breathe affects every system of the body. It affects how your heart beats, it affects your circulation, it affects digestion, it affects how your brain operates. So if we are breathing in a dysfunctional way, if we're taking in way too much air, overworking ourselves all the time, we put these other systems of our body in a state of stress. Many of us won't be spending all of our days in the state of hyperventilation, but we will be overbreathing, and eventually our bodies will break down. So this is why we want to breathe through our noses. We want to filter air, especially if we live in an environment with pollution or allergens or COVID or wherever else. We want that air to be moistened. We want that air to be pressurized because we want to breathe fewer breaths, but to obtain more oxygen in each breath. So that is efficiency. Why would we unnecessarily be overworking ourselves all day long? We don't want to do that. We want to be in a state of calm and efficiency. And that's what breathing through the nose helps us do.